Hey guys, bringing you the top 10 best Hearthstone legendaries as of the Blackrock Mountain patch. We're gonna kick this off with number 10, and that's Blood Mage Thalanos. Blood Mage is a card that's overlooked by a lot of people. He fits very well into spell decks, and his death rattle and cheap costs make him a good early game drop, and even a viable late game drop if you're a class such as a rogue. Number 9 is Archmage Antinodius. With the recent rise of mech mages, he has shown up to be more viable than ever. Getting off at least 2 or 3 fireballs in a single round usually puts you in lethal range or gives you the ability to clear board very easily. And usually if you can only get out a few fireballs, the enemy will burn either spells or their minions to clear the board. And I personally recommend Archmage to anyone who's interested in the mage class because he's such a viable card, and also he's just a lot of fun to use. So if you're interested in playing from a freeze mage or a mech mage, definitely craft him as he is one of the most essential cards to this kit. Number 8 is Harrison Jones. This is the ideal card against weapon classes, granting you a solid card advantage, and also just being a 5/4 drop makes him really viable even if you can't get off the battle cry. So I think Harrison is a very solid legendary. While he might not be the most practical against every deck, he's still a good drop and definitely a card you should craft or consider crafting in the near future. For number 7 I went with Karen Bloodhoof. Karen Bloodhoof is one of the strongest legendaries in the game, working from mage decks all the way to control warriors, ram druids, and even some paladin decks. Being very versatile, he has solid stats and a solid death rattle. And even if he does die, your opponent's going to burn board or use some spells to get rid of him. And that's something I really do like about legendaries, is people do fear them, and they, one card can do so much work. It's amazing, guys. And I do love Karen. Due to the rise of dragon decks becoming such a big thing this season, Ysera is taking off, and fitting so well in most decks. I think she's just a great card. Her utility and her 12 health makes her very hard to kill. Her dream cards provide some amazing cards: Emerald Drake, Laughing Sister, Nightmare, Ysera Awakens, and Dream. These are really strong cards, and they cost really low mana. I think Ysera is a great pickup. For number 5, I went Alexstrasza. Alexstrasza is a card that's highly overlooked. Not only can she enable you to burst down your opponent, but she can save your life. Alexstrasza fits so well right now into most decks due to her being a dragon, especially a paladin deck, where you can easily reduce her mana cost, getting her down to 7 mana, which is a really good drop if you ask me for a 7 mana card. Number 4 is Grommash Hellscream. This Warcraft badass is an absolute necessity in control warrior decks. Being easily procced as a warrior, having a 10-9 charge is absolutely devastating. Moving right along to number 3 is Tirion Forgery. Tirion goes so well in most situations due to his high defense. Tirion will usually win you the game or make a significant dent in the game's outcome if your opponent doesn't have a way of dealing with him. Also, his death rattle is really strong. I mean, a 5 damage weapon is really OP, and can usually, like I said, win you the game or make a significant dent. That's why I think Tirion deserves his spot as number 3. Number 2 is Sylvanas Windrunner. Sylvanas works well in almost every single deck. Regardless of meta changes, she's still a very solid pick, and she works very well in control decks. And even if you can't get out the death rattle, you usually force your opponent to burn some cards in dealing with Sylvanas, and she's still a very solid drop. I bet no one saw this one coming. Doc Boom for number 1. Doc Boom is an amazing legendary, fitting well in almost every single deck. And even if you know Doc Boom is going to get killed, you can still drop him on the board, knowing that the opponent will receive damage from his bombs, and burn some board presence in the process. I think Doc Boom is probably the only card right now in the game that everyone must own. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe for that top 10 worst legendaries that are coming out this week. That video will be out, so be sure to subscribe and check that out when it does hit. Also, guys, comment if you think I missed one, or you have a suggestion that you think would fit into this list. And like this video up, guys, if you found it useful in any form or way. So I do appreciate that, and guys, have a good day, and I hope you guys have some good luck.